I'm Brendan McGannity. This is my 2008 Ford Ranger Sport that I took down to California and lived in for 3 weeks. So yeah, this is it. I just ended up building a sleeping platform out of 3/4 ply and a couple 2x4s and a couple 2x6s. It all slotted into the pre-existing bed liner. It has slots for lumber in there, so you can transport full sheets of ply over top of the wheel wells. So I just use those to make a platform basically. But yeah, it's just 3 pieces of 3/4 inch ply with a removable section at the front. So that's it. Yeah, just 2 pieces of memory foam here with the Mexican blanket, and it ends up being super comfy and doesn't get too cold with the, you're elevated above the truck bed there. And then I just made these curtains out of some dowel rod and mounted. These are clamps for fuel line, just insulated clamps. You can get them at Lordco or whatever, and just put the dowel on, and I sewed up these simple little blackout blinds that work pretty good. I just made one for the back window that just velcros in. Actually, don't know where it got to, but it's somewhere. But yeah, it's just a big piece of cloth with velcro on that I sewed into the edges. So you can, the nice thing about this setup is you can kind of just pull up anywhere and park and slam the blinds closed and nobody knows you're in there. So I camped on, like city streets. You can do Walmart parking lots or Albertson parking lots or whatever in the States, and just like pull off on the side of the road on Highway 1 in Big Sur and sleep there. Did that, like super easy. Nobody really cares if it's just a car. It's not like you're in an RV. So the only thing that was kind of tricky was making sure that the canopy was totally sealed. Because when I bought the canopy, I just threw it on without any foam tape or anything, and quite a bit of moisture would come in through the front when it was raining. So, I ended up having to do like tons of foam tape, 2 like side by side 1/2-inch foam tape, and then some silicone in the bulkhead. And then now it's like solid, like no water comes in. Canopy was $300, and then the platform to build was like $150. So it's like $500 camping setup. You could live in here if you were a real minimalist, but like pretty good for camping, urban camping, that kind of thing. These are just like little tap lights. They're dimmable. They have magnets on the back. So these are I think mounts for a boat that go on the outside. So these are just the plates that are on the inside, but they're ferrous. So the lights stick to them, and then I just put little metal discs on the roof there, so you can just kind of put them wherever you'd like, which is you can just tap them on, off, simple. They're like $15, super easy. I built this little compartment at the front just to kind of store valuables with 2 little hasps, so I could throw a padlock on them. Like I just put my laptop and stuff in here, and my jumper here. So nothing's actually bolted to the truck. You could lift the whole sleeping platform out of the truck as one piece. It'd be kind of tricky, but yeah, like nothing's attached to the truck. It's all just like slotted in to the bed liner, which is sweet. If I have to take it out for work, or if I put my motorcycle back in here or something, like I can just unscrew the whole thing. Takes 10 minutes and just mark each piece, I guess, and pull it out. It's a really good setup for me because like I don't live in here full time or anything, but if I ever want to go camping, like I can just throw the bedroll in the back and just like park wherever you want, in camp. So these bins kind of just end up fitting perfectly underneath here, and they don't rattle or anything. And then there's a little bit more room for like camp chairs and stuff in the front. I had like done some vanning, and I had toured the States for like 5 weeks in a camper with some friends when I was younger, and I really liked that. Like I really liked just being able to like pull up to a spot, park, and stay there for the night or whatever. Like not having to pay for 3 weeks worth of motels or whatever, like accommodations. Just kind of being able to be self-sufficient, and then just like having an option, like even if I was staying with friends, if I wanted to like leave or like crash on my own, I could go do that. Like its usefulness as a truck is still totally there with the platform, and so if like there's no downside to like having a setup like this in the truck, like in my opinion. So I just wanted it so I could like open up my options for camping and cruising around doing road trips and stuff. You don't really need to do too much planning to build something like this. I really just planned it out in the Home Depot parking lot. Sleeping right on the truck bed is not the greatest idea unless it's really hot out, because it just gets really cold. Like the steel truck bed just like sucks all the heat out of your body, and I've done that before, and it's uncomfortable. The other piece of advice would be, just like take your time to seal the thing. Make sure you have a little bit of a little bit of air like flow through there, because you will get a lot of like condensation if you're just sleeping there just from your breath and stuff. I had it freeze on me in Northern California, like sleeping there all night, and then it was just all kind of tons of moisture, and then it froze in the morning, and it was just like, like frozen water on the inside of the truck. And but yeah, other than that, I don't know, do it. It's fun. It's a good option for like even, not even just like urban stuff, but just like camping, like in the wilderness. You can find a driving campsite. Like you don't need to set up a tent. You pull in and you're done. That's it. And you can cook on the tailgate. Yeah, I mean, like, I wouldn't see any reason not to do it if you had a truck, unless you needed the full height of the bed. Try and find a canopy that's like extended above the roof of your cab, just because it gives you a little bit more like head height. I couldn't figure out a way to drop the platform lower than the wheel wells of the back wheels, because those are the main support for the platform, or like the actual wheel wells. So you kind of need that extra little bit of space so you're not super cramped in the back there. I mean, it's not the most spacious setup, heat. It was December, January when I went. Like heat was definitely an issue. I would run a little propane heater, just like a parabolic dish heater in the evening, kind of just to like warm things up. But it was pretty cold. Like there's no insulation to speak of in here. It would definitely be a way better setup in the summer, especially because these windows do open. Yeah, that was the biggest challenge, was just staying warm. Like I had a winter bag and everything, but we just had a really cold winter. Actually even hit snow, like in Northern California, got stuck in the mountains for like 12 hours. It was just kind of crazy. But yeah, no big challenges other than just kind of like trying to stay cozy in there. With just one person, like the amount of gear I had more than enough space. I'd see if it was a couple, like if it was two people, it might be a little bit tricky space wise. Like all you have for storage is under here. But yeah, that would be the only other thing. To build this thing, like I said, with the canopy, it was $500, and if you look at it, even the crappy motels, like probably $100 a night, 3 weeks, like you do the math, like it was definitely, that's the biggest benefit I'd say, is like you can just stay somewhere basically for free. Like I did stay in a couple campsites where it's like, you chuck $10 in an envelope and throw it down the pipe, but and then just convenience, not having to worry about setting up a tent in the dark, which is like always annoying, especially when you're camping in the winter and the sun goes down at 4:35. So you can just pull up to the campsite in the dark and then you're set up. That was probably another biggest thing.
How important was like the aspect of it being stealth?
I'd say that's only a big deal if you're doing a lot of stuff in the city. Yeah, I liked it even when I wasn't staying in the back, just because I had like a duffel bag with clothes and all that stuff back there. I had all my cooking supplies sort of in a Tupperware bin, and then even when I was like staying in a friend's place, if I was parked out front, I could close the blinds and you won't be able to see in the back. I just don't like the idea of somebody being able to look in and see me sleeping, like look in there. It just kind of creeps me out. So that was big. I definitely would recommend putting blinds in if you have a setup like this. And then also, you're getting up with the sun if you don't have any way to block it out. Like as soon as the sun comes up, you'll get hot. That was probably like the most time consuming thing, was sewing the blinds. That was like, it took me twice as long as building this little platform, because I'm not much of a seamster, I guess. So my favorite saying is, you don't learn how to do something by not doing it. So like if you get a chance to go down to California for 3 weeks and live in your truck, just go do it. Probably a good one. My Instagram, this is my name, Brendan McGanity, if you can figure out how to spell my last name. Yeah, I have a bunch of photos up there from my trip, and yeah, I do a lot of car stuff and truck stuff, so if you like that kind of thing, just give me a follow.